Thank you very much, Tom. And take it for Tom, you can hear some. I can tell you that the reason he calls me is actually somewhat else. It's because he tells me I can be quite a ruthless dictator when it comes to time. So I'm really the dark side of Danish hygge sometimes, and I hope we won't experience that today, because I will try to get us through the day seamlessly and on time. That's my primary job, and try to make myself a little bit invincible. We have a great program of 8 speakers that we will be running through today. And today's theme is lifestyle, European living, and where I come from, we also have this little lady, and that's why I'm really glad, as a Danish person, to be in the Mermaid Theatre today. She's the Little Mermaid. She's about this tall. She's been the biggest attraction in Copenhagen for 100 years almost. Millions of people go to see her every year. But then something new happened just last week. We had Lonely Planet come out saying that naming Copenhagen as the best of travel in 2019. And of course, the whole community of Copenhagen was really happy with that. But the funny thing is that all the explanations for this top ranking of Copenhagen as a destination next year had nothing to do with the Little Mermaid. Not that she's unpopular or becoming irrelevant. She's not, by any means. But really the explanations for Copenhagen to top the list next year had really to do with the Danes, people like me. It's all about the Danish hygge. It's the atmosphere, it's the culture, it's the lifestyle, it's the Scandicool qualities. That's not my words, that's by Lonely Planet, Copenhagen. It's about Nordic design, it's about the cuisine, it's about the architecture. Not much touristic stuff in all the explanations for why Copenhagen is such a great city, really. It's just the way it is. It's just the way the city handles itself as the Danish capital. Also a lot of localhood. Where are the local spots in the city? How can you really become a Dane for a while? How can you bicycle around with these thousands of people bicycling around Copenhagen every morning when they go to work? That's what it's all about, and that's what we will be talking about when I give you this anecdote, because a lot of the speakers that you will be listening to today have the same observations from wherever they're working on macro level, or we will also be talking about a great showcase from Ireland later today. So let's have a look at the program. First, we will have a section with 3 excellent speakers. It's Olivier Ponty, Laurent Cage, David Chapman, very knowledgeable persons, and they will be giving us an overall macro understanding of the trends in the European travel market right now, and they only have 10 minutes each, so it'll be quite fast. You will have time to ask a few questions after each of them speak, but just a few. We'll move on. I want to keep it quite fast-paced. For the second session, we have Andrew Alley and Claudio Bellizzone from Musement and TripAdvisor. What does it look like in the lead platforms in the market right now, distribution platforms for digital platforms for distribution of experiences? 2 great speakers also, and we have some news there also to talk about what's happening in the market with Airbnb experiences, mergers and acquisitions. And finally, I will give you a tea and coffee break. Later on, we'll go to Dublin for the for the showcase from the gastronomy, hospitality, and retail, how to make a fusion of all that in our cities. And towards the end of the day, we will have some reflections from the China and US tour operators. So that's our program, ladies and gentlemen. Let's dive into it. And first, I would like to introduce a very good friend of mine, and in my opinion, one of the best market analysts in European travel and tourism. We've been working together for 15 years now. Olivier Ponty is French. He used to work with Paris Visitor and Convention Bureau, then Amsterdam Marketing, and now he is based in Valencia with Forward Keys, and he's Vice President of Insights, and he is sharing some of those with us this morning. Please give Olivier a warm hand.